Hello, welcome to Inner Alchemist Tarot for a general reading from July 28th through August 4th. Thank you for being here. If you're in this video, you're meant to be here, and it doesn't matter the sign you're at. It's just a general reading of the energies. And thank you, Spirit, as you're always looking out from our eyes. It's us humans who sometimes turn away for whatever reason that is, but as you co-create this beautiful dream manifested with us, we continue to walk in beauty. And again, thank you for being here for this general reading. We are approaching a supermoon in Aquarius on Tuesday, which is August 1st. And so we'll be in the energies starting tomorrow, which is the July 29th on the Saturday. There's always 3 days before, 3 days after. And the Aquarius moon, Aquarius is that sign of rebellion in a way. It's a sign of changes where it's like structures will sometimes change during that time. Systems, will break down and for something new to form. And we're in the age of Aquarius. And you're seeing a whole new paradigm coming into play, into being, and you're helping to co-create that too, with all of us as we continue to expand this dream manifested physically. And so there's a lot of big changes going on. The supermoon means that the moon's just really, closer to the earth, so there's going to be heightened energies when it comes to that. So let's get into this reading here. Let's start out with a guardian. Who would like to join this reading for today? These are just the call messages that we're going to start out the reading with, and they're kind of like the magnifying glass in which it oversees the reading for the tarot. So what do we have, Spirit, with a guardian that wants to join in? Warrior. Be fearless and stand strong. Warrior right over here. Be fearless and stand strong. Again, during the changes happening at a macro level, but as far as your own personal life goes, whatever's happening here, that guardian's coming in to clearly say, there's no room for fear when you're going towards conscious creating. And that's what we talk about a lot in this channel. You are your own alchemist. Spirit, what other message do we have here? What do you say? What dragon wants to join us in this reading? The aquamarine dragon from Neptune enables you to access your deepest wisdom. Spirituality and wisdom are available to you. Develop your psychic abilities and receive ineffable soul knowledge. So that's what we're doing. We're developing our psychic muscles. It's like any athlete that goes and trains. I like to use the gymnast athlete as a good metaphor, is that they don't just go and do all these crazy flips in the air. Or even a runner that runs. You have to train for that. And then eventually you build up the muscle, and then you can go and do what you're set out to do. So it's the same thing with the psychic abilities. It's just to strengthen the psychic eye so you can see. Since we're in the moon, the full moon energy is coming at us now. Let's go and look at the Moonology cards and see what we have here, Spirit. What cards do we have? What are the messages we want to join in for this reading? And we have two coming out. A time to give rather than take. It's a new moon in Virgo energies here. And yes, we're moving towards the full moon. But these cards, the messages are what they are. So we have the Virgo energy coming in. A time to give rather than take. And we have you are good enough. Then we have the full moon in Virgo. So we have some Virgo energies coming into this reading. And Virgo is a very spiritual sign of the zodiac. It's on the opposite side of the Piscean sign, but together they're the most like spiritual signs of the zodiac. You're good enough. Don't ever doubt that. We're going to bring in another card here for the moons. Those two came in from that deck. That's okay. We have a different deck here. What other messages do we have? What other call messages do we have here, Spirit? Messages that want to come in for this reading. And thank you. And we have Be Real. Full moon in Aquarius. Oh, how fitting. How fitting. Okay. We have the warrior energy here. We have the Aquarium aquamarine dragon from Neptune. Enables you to access your deep soul wisdom. Time to give rather than take. You're good enough, and be real. Be real. Full moon in Aquarius, and indeed it is. Okay, so let's move this over here. Let's now draw from the tarot and see what messages we'll fine-tune this. If you have an intention, please bring it into the space and take a good deep breath as we continue on. What messages do we have here, Spirit, from the tarot? We start out with the High Priestess. What other messages do we have here, Spirit? Show us clearly. The Four of Pentacles. Two of Swords. Queen of Cups. And the Nine of Swords. Okay, we'll just move this on over just a little bit so we have some space. All right. We already see here that, first of all, with the High Priestess card right here, you're accessing your deepest soul wisdom, and as the aquamarine dragons from Neptune says here. And I want to say too, Neptune's in retrograde until December, and so it's a big change as far as that planet is the ruler of Pisces, and along with Jupiter too. So there's a lot of big changes going on with that group, and that's why I do the readings for the Pisces 2 collective. But this general reading here, it's affecting everybody, and it's the planet of illusions, You know, it's a one of those lone planets. It's way far out there. It's a very spiritual planet. There's a lot of introversion that goes on within the south when Neptune is going in retrograde. Really shakes things up. So it's a big change all the way through December. And with the High Priestess here that is exactly it. The High Priestess is the one that holds the Akashic records, past, present, future, is the seer of this entire tarot deck. The High Priestess is the High Priestess. She's got the tarot in her hands there. She's the Empress that sits between worlds. She's on the moon here. She knows that she knows that she knows she knows. She's got a real deep intuitive knowing about everything. So that's the immediate card that came right in for the tarot. And again, here's the Aquarian dragon from Neptune, who has the call card pretty much right next to her. Enables you to access your deepest soul wisdom. And that's exactly it, is that there's the larger part of you that's working alongside of you at all times. You as the human is a creation from the larger part of you to expand this place. And so you have that deep wisdom connection as soon as you tune into yourself. And that's what we say at the very beginning. It's sometimes the human who tends to turn away from that larger part, which some people call the higher self, the soul, God, because you're comprised of, endless aspects and facets of wisdom that you can access to when you step into that intuitive knowing. And that's why we always lean towards meditation, have a good meditation practice every day, because it quiets the mind, it tunes you into that intuitive mode. It's that talk less, feel more mode. So you have that wisdom available to you at all times. And to develop that psychic abilities and receive all of that endless knowledge that's always available to you is what the High Priestess is all about. So that's the whole fearless and stand strong with the warrior energy right above the High Priestess, of course, because there's no fear when you have that strong connection with yourself. And it's just a good reminder, and that's why these readings are available for you. It's just a really good reminder for you on that. So the High Priestess, and then we have the Four of Pentacles, and you're standing on a strong foundation of earthly matters. It could be your health, it could be money, anything that's happening on the earth plane, the Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo energies. And again, Virgo. So people around you might be that way. You yourself could be one of those signs. Virgo energy is coming in strong here in this reading. But again, we have that super full moon in Aquarius coming up, and we're in the energies tomorrow, and it's coming at us. So the Four of Pentacles is a stable time. You can see these resting on the pentacles. It could be also a time that you could be holding back. We have the Two of Swords here, and protection. If you see, she's protected. She's got the two swords protecting her with the blindfold on, but you can see in the dark. The High Priestess allows you to do that. The High Priestess coming into the cards is just saying to you that you have that knowing. You can take off that blindfold and move forward and not be on defense about things. It's with the Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles next to that. It seems like that's what the energies are. We're going to get clarifier cards for this, but that's what the energies are saying, is that you don't have to be so keeping things to you. And that's what this whole says it right here. It says a time to give rather than take. And so that's right above, the call card is right above these cards, and that's what it's saying, is that sometimes we tend to hold on to things because we're afraid that things we're not going to have it, and so we hold on to it and we get on defense maybe. But the warrior card saying right here, be fearless and stand strong, a time to give rather than take. You're good enough to receive all the time. Ask and it's given. But how do we do that? It's getting out of that defense mode, getting out of the fear mode, taking the blindfold off, and just easing off your defense mode. The Queen of Cups is then now facing this way, right, as you can see, and she's Well, she is one of the most highly intuitive cards of the deck besides the High Priestess. So you have the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups coming in saying that, again, we're going to come right back to this dragon here, is that spiritually, and you have spiritually and high, the highest of wisdom available to you when you develop your psychic skills instead of going into the mind all the time about things. And that's what the swords here is, and the swords energy is the air signs of Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And again, we're in the Aquarius mode with the super full moon. So be real in the situation, knowing that you have access to infinite intelligence. Priest, High Queen of Cups is emotionally strong, feminine energy. She's master of emotions and feelings. With the Ace of Rods coming in, giving you that new ability, creative ability. It's a new. When you ever see an ace, it's a gift. As you can see, there's a hand coming in from the higher powers and giving you a gift, giving you that wand to go take that action. Take that action. It could be a passionate action. It could be a creative action because it's of the rods, which is the wands. And the wands are the fire energies of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So take that wand and take the action to go in and tap into the intuitive part of yourself. And then now we have the Nine of Swords here. And the Nine of Swords is, as you can see, the hands are bound up, tied up, swords of the mind, getting too much in the head about things, mental stuff going on. And, anything of the ego, the mind, thoughts, that's the swords energies. Again, of the mental mind, air signs too, of Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. And so we're going to get some clarifier cards for these and see what is up going further with all of this, okay? So, again, we got the Warrior here. Be fearless and stand strong. You got the High Priestess coming in here. It's time to tune into your psychic abilities and strengthen them like anybody does, like any athlete, a musician, anyone's getting good at their craft. How I do the readings here is that exactly that. I don't just read the cards, but I also give that intuitive information coming from the higher powers that come through me as well, and I allow that to happen. Okay, Spirit. So, what is this High Priestess card? What is this High Priestess card, Spirit? We have the Six of Wands, and the Six of Wands is a very happy card. Reaching for the star here. She's reaching for the star, grabbing it. It's a successful card. You've done a lot of work. And it's a stable time. And here's the heart, and the sun is rising within the heart right here. And you have the sunflowers right here, 6 of them. So 6 in numerology is a stable time, and the wands is the fire energy. It's a stable time. It's a stable energy coming in with the High Priestess. So you have that stability to go and do that action work that you need to do, whatever that means for you, whatever that means. How about we get a clarifier card for that 6 of Wands? What does it mean, Spirit? And because if this is a general reading, you put the pieces where they go. So you have that stability because you have now, with the 7 of Pentacles, is you planted the seeds and you're just waiting to watch them grow. Plant the seeds, watch them grow. 6 of Wands is telling you that, you have the stability right now. You have that stable action to make that happen with the High Priestess right there. Spirit, what is this 4 of Pentacles. And we have the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands is a fast-moving energy. So you're moving quickly. Stable time. Four of Pentacles. There's no need to hold on. It's a time to give rather than receive. Move that fast-moving energy. Eight of Wands is a fast-moving energy. And you have enough. You're good enough to give. You have that stability within yourself as you tap into all of who you are. What's this Eight of Wands, Spirit? Okay, and here we go. So the Eight of Wands is bringing you, and this is a miracle card. The Star is an Aquarian energy, and again, you have the full moon in Aquarius right here. Be real. Be real. Be honest with yourself. Instead of reacting to things all the time, you're acting here. Life's a stage, and we're all players, as Shakespeare said, right? Is that we're all merely players on the stage. And so, you know, we're acting here. Be real. That you could get in your mind about things, but when you get into your mind, you know, it tends to bring you into a fantasy world. But when you tap into intuition, it's giving you that real wisdom that's flowing through. And what these cards are clearly saying, that as you have a stable time here with the Four of Pentacles, it's that stable earth energies, health, wealth, finances, anything that's happening on the earth plane, and then a fast-moving energy into the serendipity, into the miracle card of the Star, which is an Aquarian card, Aquarian energy. And so it's the Eight of Wands, and the 17 in the Major Arcana, the Star card, is 7 plus 1 is 8. Breaks down to 8 in numerology, so you have 88. You have a master number right there. And 8 is a wonderful, again, no beginning, no end. Tapping into catching the star and then bringing it down to earth, making it real. Be real. Thank you for these messages, Spirit. If this making any sense to you, let me know by giving a thumbs up on this video, or even make a comment. Hey, Nero, thanks for the reading, and whatever you want to say within that or not. You know, you do what you need to do for that. But what is this Two of Swords, Spirit? Let's see what else we have here. Don't do any upside down reading cards, because that will show clearly up in the reading anyway. And you'll only hold the highest of frequencies in these readings, so always tap into that. So here's the Eight of Pentacles. So now with this Two of Swords, again, that would be the upside down reading, as being on guard, and maybe, you know, in being in fear of letting things go that you need to let go of. You know, but taking the blindfold off. Yes, you could see in the dark. You definitely can. You get the High Priestess in here. We got the Queen of Cups right here. You can definitely see in the dark. That intuitive, but you don't need to be on defense. You could take off the blindfold. We have the Eight of Wands with the 8, the Star right here, and now we have the Eight of Pentacles. So we got 888 showing up in here. So that's a major harmonic number in numerology. You can look that up if you want to. Anything with threes is harmonic. Like it's like a chord in guitar chord. The 3 notes make up the chord, which is harmonic, and that's how it goes in music theory. So the Two of Swords, taking the blindfold off, and then the Eight of Pentacles comes in here. And look at the moon phases here. Look at the moon phases as we're going through the supermoon, and we pulled the super with the cards here. A time to give rather than take. You're good enough, and be real in this time. The Eight of Pentacles is a very, very good card. It's a keep going. It's a successful card. You can take the blindfold off and receive. Receive the cup. The Queen of Cups. Receive that intuitive manifestation. We want to say receive that intuitive abundance is what it is. You have an abundance of intuition coming into here, especially with the aquamarine dragon from Neptune. You have an abundance to go deep into your soul wisdom. What is this Queen of Cups, Spirit? The Four of Cups. So we have the Four of Pentacles with the Four of Cups, which is 4 and 4 is 8. Again, Queen of Cups with the Four of Cups. Even though there may have been 3 cups down, she's sitting in meditation mode right here. She's sitting in meditation. She's got a big cup behind her that's overflowing and the sun is coming up. So with the Queen of Cups and the Four of Cups is clearly saying that, you know, you have an overflowing cup of deep wisdom and soul wisdom to get you into where you need to go about your knowing about what to do for this week. Okay, so she's sitting in meditation and her chakras are aligned, as you can see, but she may be a little bit disappointed because she's looking at those 3 cups that are empty, but the big cup behind her is overflowing into the 3 cups. Beautiful message there. What is this Four of Cups, Spirit? Be real to yourself. The universe knows your true intentions. The universe knows that when you work with your heart, that is real. It doesn't matter what humans think about what you're doing or what you maybe cannot express to them, because it's really none of anybody's business what you're doing within yourself. So to be real with yourself and the universe is where it's at. What is this Four of Cups, Spirit? So what we're going to do with this... Okay, this Judgment card is going straight up between the Star and the High Priestess here, so we're not going to touch that. That really wants to come out. So, as you can see here, if you look exactly where the story is unfolding here, is that releasing, taking off the blindfold, getting down off your guard, and releasing yourself. Releasing any of that judgment that you have had with yourself. And here's the High Priestess twice showing up here and here. Clearly it's a double whammy there. It's making the energies even more potent, extremely potent actually. So the Star card right here, reaching for your, that's a miracle card. Reaching for your stars, working with the stars, aligning with the stars, aligning with the universe within yourself, releasing yourself, listening to that high intuition as it's coming down, bypassing any of the thoughts that can form a lot of whatever's happening here. We got the Queen of Cups right above there. We were clarifying the Four of Cups. And then now we have the Queen of Swords here. And the Queen of Swords is a feminine energy that listens to her intuition and her mind in a balanced way. She makes decisions both with her mind and her heart in harmony. That's beautiful. With the Ace of Rods coming here, take that action of making that wise decisions both with the mind and the heart space in a balanced way, because you're good enough to do that. Fearless and stand strong within that vulnerability of doing that. Let's get a clarifier card for this Ace of Wands here. What is this Ace of Wands, Spirit? Ace of Cups. can't make this stuff up. This is beautiful. So we have the Ace of Wands with the Ace of Cups. So yes, that's what it's saying here, is that you clearly have this ability this week during the super full moon energy in Aquarius with the star of Aquarius coming in here. It's the dawning of the age of Aquarius within the self. And so you taken that action, and then you have a whole new emotional beginning going on, balanced in a balanced way, making decisions with both your intuitive knowing and your mind in a balanced way, your thoughts and your heart. And so the Ace of Cups comes in again. Look at that. 2 gifts. Take the action in that intuitive way and go with the feelings of trust that Spirit's got you back. Can't say it enough. Always in a balanced way. There's balance going on. What is this 4 of Swords, Spirit? What is this? What are we looking at here? It's up to you. You're born free. You are so free that you can choose bondage. You're so free that you can go and look over towards the things that you feel that's all in your head that is keeping you tied up. Because the Swords is of the mind. What is this 9 of Swords, Spirit? And we have the star showing up again. So during the super full moon, it's clearly saying, and here we go. It's clearly saying that during this time, and it could, I'm feeling that it's going to happen sometime this weekend on Monday, and for some of you, or sometime midweek of next week, is that you're going to break free from that being tied up and that bondage, feeling like you're tied up, and it all has to do with the mind. Too much thinking. We have the star showing up twice. We have the High Priestess showing up twice. We have the Queen of Cups. We have 2 aces, Ace of Wands into the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Wands is a new beginning. It's a new creative, passionate beginning to go in. Again, to go in. We have Neptunian dragon coming in. It's that introverted energies. And the star came up twice again. Look at her. She's vulnerable. She's vulnerable. She's got the star. She's catching her star. She's got 1 foot in the water. She's going towards a whole new beginning. It is a serendipity card. It's a miracle card. So it's a highly successful card. And what I'm seeing here in this reading is that you're going to break free from these. You're going to take that tie off. And you're going to be vulnerable. Vulnerable in a good way. It's not going to feel uncomfortable. And during these times, I mean, you know, the masters that have come and gone from this place, that's what they did. You know, Yeshua, Jesus Christ, however you know that master's name to be, is that he was in a vulnerable state during his life. And so when we go into that heart-centered way of being and expressing, this world can be harsh because humanity for so long has been in the mind. But this star card's clearly saying with these supermoon energies in Aquarius is that we have a vulnerable time as we're moving more into that intuitive mode of being and stepping out of the mind, trying to be right, then feel good. It's feeling good instead of trying to prove a point. So it's like topsy-turvy. It's turning the whole thing around. What beautiful messages. What other messages do we have from these oracle decks? I'm going to pull a couple more and then we'll finish up the reading. And again, thank you for being here. And take what you need and leave the rest. Perhaps you can see some stuff that's not being voiced here, but the cards don't lie. They're always accurate if you're here in the reading. If it doesn't resonate with you, then it means that it's just not for you, and simply pass it on. Surrender. Surrender your need to control the outcome. Just be with life in this present moment. And that's exactly what we were saying, is that as we're going into that vulnerability of moving more towards intuition than working with our thoughts, is that it can be vulnerable. To choose to feel good than to be right. To choose to feel good than to sit in an argument or trying to say one more thing for somebody to understand you. Because nobody really truly can understand anybody. It's really just, it is a solo walk that we're doing within this life. But still to have those good, relations with other people, but not to sit there to try to say one more thing or try to rehash things or try to get people to really understand what you're saying. It could be vulnerable, and it is a surrender. To feel good rather than be correct or be understood is a big step to take. But these cards are clearly saying is that you're good enough to feel good. You're good enough to release it. Virgo is a grounding energy. And it's also a very spiritual energy. A time to give rather than take. How about to give it to yourself? How about giving to yourself, and then you could clearly be there for others. And not having to control the outcome, and just be with the present moment for things to unravel and be the way that they need to be for you. Okay. Let's pull one more card from this deck here. Starseed. Raise the vibration of the planet through your radiant, loving light. And that's another clarification card from what we're saying in this reading. So when you are okay and you feel good, then everything else comes into play. And it's a beautiful happening. So we're going to do 3 doors again, and choose a door, 1, 2, 3. And as we pull the cards here, you're going to choose 1, 2, or 3 numbered door, and you can pause the video if you want to make your decision, whatever your intention is, to hear the messages to come through for you, or simply just watch and resonate with whatever you need to resonate with. So Spirit, here's the first door. That's door number 1. That's door number 2. Spirit wants me to say too is that you're never alone. You are never ever alone, ever. You're never alone. So this is door number 1. Walkabout. You discover your path in sacred walkabout. The trees are your people, the earth is your tribe. In indigenous lessons you will find the will to survive. And walkabouts were given too, so that you could go solely what perceives to be all alone as you're human, and just take that time out and to have like whatever, it could be a few days to a week to go and really go in without being distracted by others around you. Here's door number 2. A stranger's grace. Ego fears the sudden danger, but never underestimate the kindness of a loving stranger. And really, is there any such thing as a loving stranger? Be fearless and stand strong. Is there any such thing as a stranger? We're all sourced beings. We all are one in that way, although we are individual, separate vibrations. This is door number 3. You have your own uniqueness, your own unique vibration. Birth. Another gateway appears in view. New life is unfolding with blessings to you. And that's so true, as it's right next to the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups meaning it's a whole new relationship beginning with yourself, is what we're tapping into for this week as we move into these Aquarian energies. A vision quest is also, I want to say, another word for walkabout. a vision quest to go out, even if it's a time for 3 days, or if you have a week, then you have a week. But as whatever it needs for you, even if it's a night to do things by yourself. Sometimes we tend to be around people too much. Either it's because we work and we're around people, we don't get breaks, and we have people, we have families, we have colleagues, workers, families, children we have to take care of, who it is, our partners, our friends. But it's good to do that walkabout, to really go in with this intuition that's coming for this. The energies are really speaking for this week. What final messages we have? What fortune cookie wants to come in here for this reading? Spirit. Achievement. Enjoy the limelight. You've earned it. Although, on the family front, someone's health could cause some secret worries and sleepless nights. So take what you need for that. You've come a long ways. Again, that's what the Seven of Pentacles is here, alongside that Six of Wands, is that you've come a long ways. You've come a long ways. You've earned it. There could be something with your family going on that may not resonate with all of you, but some of you it might. But again, sleepless nights comes because you're getting too much in your head. So if that's the case, again, with all of this beautiful energy that we have here in this reading, is clearly saying is that listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. And it is a vulnerable place to be sometimes. It's like with the Star card. It's a vulnerable place to be if you're new at it. It just takes practice to do. What other fortune cookie do we have, Spirit, to come into this reading? Assert yourself. Go for what you want. The time is right for soulmate connections. Birth of a child also likely. So we have with the Ace of Wands here, is that is a perfect way. Energy saying, here, take that wand and do what you need for yourself, because the energies are ripe right now to take actions. Full moon's energies are usually like that. There's a lot of high energy going on. It's also a time that sometimes you could get a little sleepy too, but you could also use that time to go in and really put whatever's saying in this message that's resonating with you, then to utilize these messages, and they're beautiful gifts. And I really appreciate you being here. If you liked what's being said, give a thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, and many blessings for the coming week. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages.